well. Ujjivan Small Finance Bank gained nearly 40% this year so far. It also reported a very strong set of Q1 numbers. The disbursals went up 22% and the deposit momentum has been strong as well. Ittira Davis, the MD and CEO at Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, joins us now to talk about that. Ittira, thanks so much for joining us. So I want to start off first with what the expectation is on the deposit momentum. I mean, the loan growth has been very strong. It's a 30% growth that you've seen. Are these growth rates sustainable over the next couple of quarters?
Good morning, Sonia. It's good to be with CNBC. Yeah, I think the numbers we have seen in the fourth quarter are very good. First quarter is always a bit slow in our business. Second and third quarter looks good, and the big quarter is always the fourth quarter. So when you compare fourth quarter with first quarter, the numbers look slightly different. But if you look at year-on-year numbers, you're right. Our numbers look very good. Our deposit growth has been 44% between first quarter last year and first quarter this year. That's an excellent number to confirm that deposits is the focus. We are seeing good uptick, but there is a slight change in the way the market or the customers are perceiving this. You would have seen across the board, many banks have seen CASA come down, compared to the fourth quarter. And this is something that, customers are beginning to feel that the end of the uptick on the interest rate cycle is getting to an end, and it's good time to lock in fixed deposit interest rates. So there is a movement out of especially SA into term deposits, which we have seen in the first quarter. Now, having said that, I think, interest rates may remain at these levels for a bit longer because inflation is not doing very much. It's continuing to be very strong. So there may be some delay in interest rates turning down. So while we were expecting things to happen in the early second half of this year, it may get delayed further. But nevertheless, the growth in deposits is going to continue to remain strong, and that is our focus for this year.
All right. Good morning, sir. Given this kind of strong deposit momentum that you just mentioned, will it have an impact on NIMs? What kind of a guidance could you give us on the NIMs parameter going ahead?
Yeah, I think, we have anticipated and given a guidance that we will see a slight drop in NIMs from 9.5% where it was towards the 9% level. That is a very conscious move because we are trying to increase the retail deposit base of our book rather than the bulk deposits. So that is a very conscious move. And we've built that, sort of a 0.5% increase in NIMs over into our business model. So despite that, I think the numbers for this year will continue to be good, despite the slight drop in the NIMs.
So this disbursals decline of 12% on a quarter-on-quarter basis is purely on account of seasonality, Q1 being the leaner quarter compared to Q4, which is strong for you?
Absolutely, Rima. That's really the way in which the market operates. And definitely...
It's not that there is any slowdown in the market which has resulted in this drop. It's pure seasonality.
Yeah, no, that's why I started by saying, when comparison...
So what...
year.
So what can you guide, sir, on the disbursements front for the full year? You're mopping up deposits very well. Can you talk about the lending growth?
Yeah, the book, the AUM, which we have guided for, at the end of the year numbers which were released, we spoke about a 25% plus growth in the book. We continue to maintain that will be the trend and that will be the direction for the overall book.
Okay. I just wanted one view on what's happening with the industry as well. I was looking at some industry data if you look at it, the customers don't seem to be growing for the industry, but the ticket size is growing. So it looks like there's some evergreening of loans. Just trying to understand if that is the situation. Why is it that although the ticket sizes are going up, the number of customers have not gone up as much for the industry?
Are you talking about the microbanking industry or?
Yes, the microfinance industry, yes.
The microfinance industry, yeah, we have seen a lot more people, a lot more players come back into the microfinance space post the COVID crisis. Now, the COVID crisis being behind us, they're moving in. Now, ticket sizes, the there have been some restrictions or some, conditions which have been put down by RBI in as far as the GLG, the group lending model, is concerned. So a lot more people are looking now at the individual lending model, which is slightly different. Individual lending is more about people who have been in your customer base for some time, have gone through 2 or 3 cycles, and based on your database are ready to move out of a group structure into borrowing on their own, standing alone. So those IL loans have gone up in the industry, and perhaps that is the reason why average ticket size has also shown an increase. But having said that, this is a growing space. I think as more players come into, or more financiers come into this space, you will see more customers. So look 6 months down the road, and let's look at it and see whether this trend has changed.
Okay, so you're saying that the average ticket size has gone up because individual loans are going up. But my other question to you was, are we seeing a lot of evergreening of loans? Is that why the number of customers are not growing for the industry?
I think RBI has made it very clear on where they stand on evergreening. So I don't think anybody which is institution regulated by RBI will look in that direction. So I doubt there may be some evergreening, but definitely that cannot be seen as a trend in the industry.
All right, Mr. Davis, also credit cost guidance. I think you had given up around 100 basis points. You're sticking to that, right?
Yeah, we're sticking to that. The GNPA continues to drop. It's come down by a further 0.5%. So yeah, we are hoping that we'll get towards the 100 basis points.
Got it. All right. Also, quick question, Mr. Davis, on what are the approvals pending for the merger between the two Ujjivan entities? This is important because it appears there is a bit of an arbitrage opportunity as of now. And I think you were pending some approval. Is it due?
Yeah, the final approval is the approvals from NCLT.
NCLT, yes.
NCLT approval, we are hoping will come sometime by the third quarter. Once that comes, obviously we have to do it may even come during this quarter. I'm talking about the requirements. NCLT obviously asks us to do certain things vis-a-vis shareholders. Shareholders have to have meetings, the majority of the minority, and so on and so forth. So all of those may play out into the third quarter. So we are still hoping that the reverse merger will be completed during this financial year.
Got it. Mr. Davis, you told us that there has been a shift by the customers from the savings account to term loans. They want to lock in the rates, as a result of which the CASA has come down. Your CASA currently at 24.5% is, I think, at a multi-year low. At what point would you get uncomfortable with the CASA levels, and would you take steps to improve it? And if yes, what would they be?
Yeah, growing CASA is an important factor. So to that extent, I am already uncomfortable. So we are already looking at ways to increase it and go back to the levels we've seen at the end of the last financial year, and then even push it further. So yeah, that is on our minds all the time. And we are working with the people on the ground to make sure that CASA levels can move up back towards the levels where it was in March, and then beyond that as well.
And you see a further improvement in asset quality as well?
Yes, asset quality continues to improve. We are seeing good collections. It's been, the numbers reported 3 months in a row, it's at 99%. And we are seeing even the arrears collections coming in. So all in all, gradual improvement we are expecting to continue.
Mr. Davis, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. By the way,